Welcome back to the Cool Fears channel. I'm your host, Jess the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is time for adult collectors and not children. And welcome to episode 32 of my in-depth, behind-the-scenes toy photography video series here on the Cool Fears channel. If you do enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out and thank you to channel sponsor Entertainment Earth. Check out my Entertainment Earth affiliate link down in the description below to check out all sorts of cool figures, get some free shipping, and help support the channel. In this video series, I will take an in-depth look at a shot that I did for my Epic Shots by Cool Fears page. That's where I post my more thought out plan and more edited pics. I will go over my overall process, the figures that I used, the lighting, and my idea behind everything, and so much more. So let's go ahead and jump on into this week's episode, guys. So it is a mashup between The Last of Us and Back to the Future. So The Last of Us TV series just wrapped up this week. No spoilers here, absolutely whatsoever, as this is a mashup between Back to the Future and The Last of Us. But I thought, why not pay a little homage to the going of the show with this fun little mix-up right here, since I did also just get in the NECA Back to the Future accessory set, which gave us Marty's Vulcan hand as well as Doc's hazmat suit hood. So this is kind of like a play on the whole end of the world doomsday prepper type of people. So obviously there's different types of doomsday preppers. There's people that believe it's going to be airborne. There's people that believe it's going to just be a zombie apocalypse. So we get these different types of preppers. You know, we have the people that just hoard a bunch of guns, people that just hoard a bunch of food, people that are like Joel and Ellie that just traverse the outside world just as normal people. And then we have those people that probably thought it was going to be an airborne thing and prepared for it, and so when they do emerge from their bunkers, they come out in full hazmat suits. So I thought that was kind of like a funny contrast between Joel and Ellie and Marty and Doc here. You know, just two types of doomsday preppers, two types of end of the world types of people. And that's really the basic premise behind this pick. Like I said, just a fun little mashup to kind of just throw tribute to The Last of Us TV series ending this week, as well as kind of utilizing some of those new NECA Back to the Future accessories in this pick. So yeah, honestly, guys, in my opinion, these mix-up crossovers happen to be some of the funnest picks to do. Now, obviously, don't get me wrong, it's obviously still fun to do pictures within the same franchises and everything, but seeing these two franchises come together is just pretty funny, especially when you consider that the relationship is very similar. We have Doc Brown basically mirroring Joel's role, and we basically have Marty mirroring Ellie's role, just in two very, very different ways. Obviously, Marty and Doc are from, 1985, where everything's good, everything's, happy and whatnot. Well, happy-ish. Whereas Joel and Ellie are definitely from a different point in time. But in this mashup, they're both from the same point in time, which is The Last of Us. So, they're going through the same shit, zombie apocalypse and all that. But like I said, it was just a play on that whole different types of preppers for this idea behind this shot. Now, all the figures here are NECA. In fact, even the street scene diorama that you are seeing in the background are NECA street scene dioramas that I am utilizing for the background. I am using the NECA Back to the Future 1985 Doc Brown, as well as the Back to the Future Marty in his hazmat suit. And I am also utilizing the NECA Last of Us Part 2 2-pack. Shout out and thank you to channel sponsor Entertainment Earth for sending me over these two figures as well. And so yeah, that pretty much wraps everything up from the bottom level. So why don't we go ahead and grab the camera and take a look at the setup from the top down. Alright guys, so here we are taking a look at the setup from the top down so we can take a look at all the lighting in this shot. So we do have two key lights right here at full brightness because I wasn't trying to make this too dark and gritty of an image. So I went ahead and just had these at full brightness. We do have the cool blue light right here in order to contrast with the warm orange light right there. Now this is turned down quite a bit. It's basically almost at its lowest point. I think maybe one or two notches before its lowest. We do have a cube light back here at its brightest in order to capture that atmosphere aerosol from the right side. And of course that orange warm light captures it in the back. So nothing too crazy in terms of poses here. They're just basically just standing there. Obviously Joel and Ellie are way more prepared. I did think to have Doc have his revolver in his hand, but I thought, to really distinguish the two types of preppers, we have the ones that are more survivalist in the form of, well, we'll isolate ourselves, we'll have our own food, we'll do our own thing, versus obviously there's Joel and Ellie where they're survivalists in the form of we'll do whatever necessary to survive. So yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this week's episode. Let me know down in the comments below if you happen to have any questions about toy photography, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. If you've made it this far in the video, type down in the comments below Last of the Future. That way I know you've made it this far and you're enjoying the content. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the time lapse of me setting up this shot, some behind the scenes photos, the final shot, and of course the final edit of the final shot. So with that being said, as always, have a great fucking day.